Hey there, traders. Welcome back for episode 87 from the StockBandit.tv. I'm sure glad you made it. I hope that you've had a great weekend and that you're getting geared up for a brand new week of trading, because when that opening bell rings tomorrow, it's going to be the sound of opportunity. It's going to be a reminder that we've got to be prepared, because a lot of other traders are going to show up prepared. We certainly don't want them to get the best of us. So in this video, what I want to do is just run through the major averages, NASDAQ, S&P 500, and the Dow. Take a look at the big picture, because that's what is going to influence most individual stocks. And we know that as traders trying to formulate a good plan for the upcoming week, it's just wise to be aware of the big picture and knowing that the indices are going to have some kind of an impact on how individual names move. So keeping a good close eye on key levels is a very important thing to do. So obviously, we've seen a tremendous run to the upside from this low set on July 8th. That sparked a 12-day winning streak for the NASDAQ. Very impressive run here as this thing tacked on almost 15%. On Friday, we saw a down day of about 7 points, so certainly not much of a pullback there. And in fact, if I zoom in here on the chart, I just want to point out this is Thursday and Friday's bars here, and you see those compared. Friday stayed within Thursday's trading range, so this was an inside bar, and we also saw lighter volume on that. So hardly any points were given back on the NASDAQ. Very light volume, which indicates very little selling, and just kind of a day of rest from the buyers, and that's certainly very well deserved after a tremendous move up like this. So what I'm looking at for the NASDAQ is clearly this 1905 level that we just broke out through. That's still going to be important. So if we do pull back, I would not be surprised to see some buyers try and step in and defend that. However, in the bigger picture here, a key level that was very important during 2008 a number of times is right up here around the 2150 zone. So that was tested a number of times before it finally was broken and sparked this big sell-off late last year. So if we do see the buyers able to add to this move, and I would be very, very surprised if we made a push to that this week. I'm just saying in the coming weeks, I think that if this breakout that we just saw is able to stick, and I'm talking about that breakout right there, if it's able to stick, I think 2150 eventually gets tested. If not, there's going to be a lot of bulls that get trapped by this breakout right here, and that could spark a pretty nasty turnaround if we see any selling pressure start to kick in and gather any momentum. So a couple of good levels to keep an eye on there, 1905, 2150 in the weeks ahead. S&P 500 still making its way toward this November high from 2008. That is the 1007 level. And now that we're through the June high right here around the 956 level, this index still has some freedom to climb higher in spite of the fact that it's made this big run up from the 875 zone. Now across the board, each of the indices are very stretched in the near term. They certainly deserve a rest. It would be very healthy to see one take place, but the bulls have a lot of momentum here with this huge run that they're building on, and so there's certainly no reason yet to try and get in their way or try to fade this move, because the trend is your friend, as they say. The Dow has obviously made a very large move since it cracked this 8200 level for a few days. It got on the train to the north and has been running ever since. This thing not only cleared this 8950 area, but also the January high at 9088. We tagged 9100 on Friday of last week, and this thing still has room to run up and possibly challenge the November high from last year at 9650. That's still some distance away, but can't count anything out when you get a market that's moving in a straight line like this. Eventually, we are going to see some kind of pullback or profit taking or rest, and that's going to be great to see. But just trying to keep a good awareness here of the next level that we may possibly tag. So this week, it would be very good to see some kind of a rest or consolidation put in. I would not be surprised to see some profit taking after such a tremendous move like this. However, I think the buyers have a lot of confidence, and I'd be equally surprised to see a major reversal take place from here. We certainly could do that. Again, nothing's out of the question, but I would expect to see the first dip get bought, the first dip, because of this tremendous strength that we've seen lately. We've got shorts that need to cover. We also have buyers who have cash and want to put that back to work on any weakness. So I think there is a couple of good factors there that could help support this market in the near term on a dip. But again, we still have yet to see that dip. So thanks again for joining me. I will be back soon with more videos, but in the meantime, trade like a bandit.